You know,
Yes,
Carrie,
go
we were
ahead.
talking about how the pandemic has affected economies and people and their livelihood and stuff like that. And this morning, one of the economies that we think can add some benefits to the national, I guess, outlook and all that stuff is the blue economy.
That's right.
And this morning, we're going to be chatting with Dr. Rahana Juman. She's the acting director of the Institute of Marine Affairs, as well as Dr. Ryan S. Mohammed of the IOC UNESCO. Good morning and welcome.
Good, good morning.
Morning.
Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, Dr. Juman, let's start with you. Can you tell us what exactly is the blue economy and why is it
So,
important for Trinidad and Tobago?
so the blue economy is defined as the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth, improved livelihood and jobs, while preserving the health of the marine and coastal environments. Trinidad and Tobago has always relied on our coastal and ocean resources for economic prosperity,
Right.
primarily from our oil and gas exploration, tourism, and fisheries. So we have been very much dependent on this blue economy or ocean-based economy. As a matter of fact, in 2015, 81% of our GDP was derived from our wider coastal zone, which goes out to our exclusive economic zone, 200 nautical miles.
Oh, wow.
So that's very important. And also remember that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, under our jurisdiction, we have 15 times more sea space than we actually have land space.
I didn't even know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dr. Mohammed, what opportunities are there in developing the blue economy?
Well, the opportunities for the blue economy for Trinidad and Tobago in particular is vast. Usually, we think of the blue economy as either oil and gas or just fisheries. But there's now an emerging economy which diversifies into tourism, into alternative and renewable energies. Then we have different scopes in terms of aquaculture, marine aquaculture, the way we sequence, utilize our marine-based carbon, etc. So there is a lot of opportunity for the blue economy, particularly for Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, as it stands right now, Dr. Juman, can you tell me how the public perceives the blue economy?
Well, the term blue economy is fairly recent term, but I mean they're accustomed hearing terms such as the green economy and so forth.
And orange.
But when we speak about we talk about the ocean. So when you speak about the blue economy, the ocean, they understand. Well, it's the ocean we're talking about, and how we depend on the ocean for our sustenance and our livelihoods.
Okay, Dr. Mohammed, what is the UNESCO's and the IOC's interest in promoting the blue economy and, in particular, marine spatial planning?
Okay, so the United Nations has proclaimed the Decade of Ocean and Science for Sustainable Development 2021 to 2030. So we just a few days away from that. And this is aimed to support efforts to reverse the cycle of decline in ocean health and gathering the ocean stakeholders worldwide towards a common framework that will ensure that ocean science can fully support countries in creating and improving conditions for sustainable development, particularly with the ocean. And because UNESCO, particularly IOC UNESCO, is that education arm of the United Nations, that is the particular interest of IOC UNESCO.
Okay. And Dr. Juman, can you tell me what does Trinidad and Tobago need to do to develop the blue economy?
Well, there are a number of things that we need to do. First of all, we have to formally recognize it as an important economic driver and have it be included in our national account and statistical system. We need a blue economy strategy that incorporates the new growth sectors like biotechnology, renewable energy, mariculture, while expanding the existing sectors like the shipping sector, the tourism sector, and so forth in a sustainable manner.
Right.
We need an enabling environment, appropriate policies, legislation, incentive, and infrastructure that would facilitate the transition to this blue economy. We need research-driven decision-making to enhance conservation and sustainable use of the ocean, and we also need knowledge transfer regarding innovative technology and capacity-building initiatives. Persons who are trained in a new sector, and especially in blue financing. So those are some of the things that we would need.
That sounds like a lot of things that we need there still.
Well, some of it is in progress, I would say.
All right, fantastic. Well, Dr. Mohammed, I know we mentioned it before, but what exactly is marine spatial planning?
So marine spatial planning looks towards the way we manage our oceans and our coastal regions. And Trinidad and Tobago has a wide range of uses for coastal regions. It's a multi-use area. So marine spatial planning is a process that will bring together these multiple users of the ocean space, or coastal areas, including the energy industry, various aspects of government. And when I say government, I mean both local and the general government, conservation issues, as well as recreation. And this is all geared towards making informed and coordinated decisions on how to use this marine space sustainably.
So it basically boils down to everybody getting to use it in the best way possible and sharing and working together, yeah?
Definitely. And this goes in tandem with the intercoastal zone management policy that was put forward, I believe, last year towards the government. And this draft document, it's a draft document right now, Dr. Juman might touch more on this, is what will really help gear us towards marine spatial plan and utilizing the ocean space more sustainably.
Okay, Dr. Juman, can you tell me how is the Institute of Marine Affairs implementing marine spatial planning?
So the Institute of Marine Affairs has been advocating for an integrated coastal zone policy framework. So we have a committee established that has developed the framework, and it has been sent forward for approval. Marine spatial planning is a tool that is used for integrated coastal zone management. So IMA started a pilot project a couple years ago in the northwestern peninsula of Trinidad and Tobago. And we chose there for a number of reasons. One, we're based there, but secondly, there's so many different activities occurring in such a small space.
Yeah.
So in Shagaramas alone, you have commercial shipping, you have carry dock, you have the yachting, the tourism sector, you have recreation, Williams Space, so on the Broadwalk, you have fishing, which is a cultural activity, and then you have all the other impacts that come into the area from land-based sources based on circulation and so forth, ocean circulation. You have the marine debris and so on that comes into the area and impacts on a lot of these activities. So we started basically meeting with all these stakeholders, and we conducted a survey of the fishers that utilize the area, as well as what we consider a new emerging industry, which was the party boat industry. However, things got a bit delayed this year because of the COVID-19 and the fact that we couldn't have the consultations and the meetings and so forth. But the intention is to bring all these stakeholders together, the regulatory agencies that have responsibility for management of the area, CDA, the regional corporation, Commissioner of State Lands, as TCPD, as well as the stakeholders, the yachting sector, the businesses and so forth, for us to build some consensus in terms of where will be utilized for what. So we're in the process of doing that.
Fantastic. Dr. Juman, before we go, I understand that you guys have a documentary coming out that's going to highlight some of the work that the IMA has been doing and implementing marine spatial planning. When can we view that?
I think, Ryan, the documentary was actually produced by the IOC UNESCO in collaboration with the Institute. And Ryan Mohammed might be better able to tell you exactly when it's going to be available.
Dr. Mohammed?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me when that video is going to be available, the documentary about the marine spatial planning implementation?
So it is two documentaries, actually.
Right. And the first one?
The first one was launched at the IMA on their Facebook page last week, Friday.
Nice.
So that's available on the IMA's Facebook page, as well as on UNESCO's YouTube channel. The second video, which focuses on the state agencies and the way the state agencies utilize marine spatial planning for the blue economy, that will actually be launched today, and that could be seen on the IMA's Facebook page as well.
All right, fantastic. Well, I want to thank you both for joining me this morning and discussing marine spatial planning. Dr. Rahana Juman, Acting Director of the Institute of Marine Affairs, and Dr. Ryan S. Mohammed, IOC and UNESCO. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning, and continue the great work that you're doing to, boost the blue economy.
Okay, thank you so much for having us.
No problem. Take care. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we still have more. Guess who's in studio? It's Sayinka. She's got entertainment news. We'll be right back.